Welcome. We are here at the Manchester Railroad Memorial Park in the village of Manchester, and we are here today because we want to explain how this began. Before I retired in 2013 as a freight carman, which is also called a car knocker or inspector, train inspector, I was instrumental in getting a caboose for the village, and we started a memorial park with a caboose. It has displays of steam engines of the times back in the mid 1900s when steam engines were very popular and were repaired right here in Manchester at the 30 stall roundhouse. So excuse me, continuing with the park, we had an additional two original 40-foot Lehigh Valley boxcars that were donated to us from the grain company here. And it used to be my former neighbor that owned the grain company, R.B. Kroll & Son. And he sold the business to Dwayne Thompson. And Dwayne, upon asking if he would donate them to the village, which he did, he said the only thing we had to do was to move the boxcars to a different location, and then the plan started from there.
Hi, I'm Dave Wright. I'm a retired mechanical engineer. I used to work for the Gleason Works, put in 44 years there, and retired in 2009. So my background is mechanical engineer, and I enjoy building things, working with things. And when the opportunity came to work on a model railroad, which I hadn't done since I was probably 12 years old, I decided to join this group and see how I could help them. And I'm glad I did, because this was a challenge to use some software that's available for model railroading and put together a layout for this track. And it went through many iterations trying to get the best fit for a 9-foot wide by 40-foot long boxcar and represent what we might have seen in Manchester back when things were really active as far as railroad. So I'm glad to be here, glad to help out and do what I can to make this a success.
Our club is for the community. It's for education and promotes the history of the Lehigh Valley right here in Manchester, which was a big part of our community. There was several community members that worked from all over. Palmyra, Clifton Springs, Phelps, Victor, Canandaigua. Men and women came from all over to work in the Lehigh Valley yard here, and it was pretty much what the village of Manchester was all about. We have a great membership. We have roughly about 45 members, I believe, right now, and it is it's fun, it's exciting. We have very talented individuals in all types of branches that they can help us with.
We have a great mission, and that is to preserve the history of the Lehigh Valley Railroad in Manchester. The towns and villages of Manchester, Shortsville had a lot of employees working for the railroad, and we're trying to preserve that history here inside this boxcar by duplicating the roundhouse, the turntable, the yard, some of the features that were in Manchester at the time, and duplicating from the early 1940s up until 1976. We hope to do that. So our mission is to put together a model railroad O-gauge train set that can show how important the railroad was to the town of Manchester.
Okay, my name is Brad Williams, and I'm a big train buff. I like to play with trains, and what we got going on here in the boxcar, one big layout here for everybody to enjoy. There's always something new to do on it, and it brings a lot of people together. And just running the trains like that, I just love to watch them run. I'm a Navy military vet. I've been retired for 20 years. Plus I've had other jobs. Worked 2 factories. I drove tractor trailer there for almost 20 years. And I've learned quite a bit with the public.
The east end of the model railroad is really dedicated to the Manchester yard, all of the buildings and features that were in there. The middle section is representing the actual yard itself, where they transferred product from boxcar to boxcar or delivery to local areas. And the west end, we weren't sure how we wanted to do the west end, because as you travel west out of Manchester, you go through Farmington, Victor, Rochester Junction, in Mendon and Rush, and there wasn't really a good spot or a good village representation. So we kind of made up our own village. And what we have is buildings that you might find in any kind of a village, where you have a grocery store, you have a barber shop, you might have a church, you might have any kind of retail, hotels, motels, and different types of buildings. So we had some were purchased complete, we had some that were made from scratch, and everything in between. And that kind of represents what you might see if you were traveling along on the Lehigh Valley Railroad.
I'm standing next to a historical marker that the Village of Manchester has received from the Conrail Foundation. This is a marker that it states that there was a major train derailment in 1911, and at the location I'm standing at is the former location of the Lehigh Valley Tower, and we are within 500 feet of the Ontario County outlet, and it's east of me. I'm facing east, and that is where the passenger train had derailed and gone off into the outlet. There was a train stopped or slowed down briefly and was coming through the yard, and then they started to pick up speed, and when they picked up speed, they found they had a derailment. They went off, a couple of passenger cars went off into the outlet, and it was 29 people got killed and several others were injured. This was a sign that Tim Munn, he's a historian for our club, and he was instrumental in helping me get this marker. I'm very proud of this marker also, that we were able to get it. And we're within the crossing of Route 21, the east side of the Lehigh Valley Railroad yard.
So the one thing that we needed to do is get the word out as far as what's here, so that people can come and enjoy it and make sure that nobody is forgotten. So we have a website, we also have Facebook page, and on the Facebook page we put things that are current, such as our upcoming meetings. We might have, when we have the open house, advertise for that, and we do a nice job of letting the public know that we're here, we're open, we want them to come and visit. There's no charge for coming to see. We do ask for donations so that we can keep doing what we're doing. And really want to encourage people to spread the word about the facilities that we have here and our future plans.
This whole panel here controls the whole layout here. All your different switches, shut the tracks off, your sidings like that, whatever you want to run. We also have remote controls that run most of these trains. And the switches like that, you have to make sure the switches are all set for whatever way you want to go. You have circuit breakers here. If something happens on the track, it'll kick out a circuit breaker. And you have to make sure what's going on there before you kick it back in. But all your different switches here are for your different tracks and your sidings. You have to make sure what's going on. Your yellow buttons here are for your uncouplers. You have switches over here for your track, or your switches for your switches. If you want to run the trains in a different direction. Now over here, you would have for the turntable, all these blue switches are for the turntable. You turn it on and you see it moving over there. And then you get reverse on it, but all these blue lines, the switches, are for all the different tracks that go to the turntable.